why don't you do fall ball? And he's like, you should do a fall ball. And I'm like, I agree. And he's like, well, how can we make that happen? Right. And I'm like, well, it's going to take like a promoter with a few $1 million willing to lose money, break even at best. And to answer that question, you have to understand where the industry is at. And I tried to explain where the industry is at. And, I gave him the time. And like I said, I talked about how there's non-competes, Live Nation, kind of, owning all the venues, the record industry dying, the booking agents having all the power, all that, right? But I've said this on the air time and time again.
Yeah.
And it's still not clicking. So I thought to myself, how can I say it one last time to make sure it resonates and it sticks with people?
What are you doing?
I'm going to do a song about it. And this is called Bring Back KFMA Day. Hey, hey. You don't have to act like you hate it that much. Right. Everyone's asking, where did it go? No summer heat. No big rock show, but here's the truth that you gotta know. It takes $1 million and just break even, bro. The record biz flatline, rest in peace. Now bands make money out on the streets. The labels lost it, the agents feast. They own the tours and now they set the fees. Then Coachella came and it changed the game. Making fast money, it's not the same. 10 times what they ever made. So your local festival can catch a break. We need a promoter with money to burn, to lose a few mil just for the turn. So bring back KFMA Day. Hey, hey, for the suits took our fun away. Yes, bring back KFMA Day. Oh, Tucson still wants to rock that show. Bring back KFMA Day. Hey, for the suits took our fun away. Now Live Nation runs the scenes these days. 80% of the U.S. stage. If your band wants to tour and try to get paid, you gotta sign that 360 trade. Then non-compete and radius clauses. They block the town, applause, and TCC's gone quiet, cause the big guys won't let us go and buy it. Congress talks, but nothing moves. Money makes rules, it's the same old grooves. Now I worked with all the promoters here, but the costs don't line up year to year. We need a promoter with money to burn, to lose a few mil just for the turn. So bring back KFMA Day. Hey, for all the suits took our fun away. And bring back KFMA Day. Oh, Tucson still wants to rock the show. So bring back KFMA Day. Oh no, Tucson still wants to rock the show. They say ticket prices should be higher, like sports fans, but who's the buyer? Meanwhile, fighting tooth and bone, trying to bring back rock back home. Bring back KFMA Day. Hey, bring back KFMA Day. Hey, bring back KFMA Day. Hey. I hope that explains some things.
You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Friday. Yes, we made it to Friday, October 10th. Good morning, Yas Money.
Good morning.
And good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. We're going to end the week strong today. Lots of things to give away. Herb Stratford be coming in, talking about, the movie releases and what kind of shows we want to watch. We'll talk about the season finale of Peacemaker. Did you watch it?
I fell asleep. I'm tired.
All right, no excuses here. I'll give you some smelling salts. But
no,
no spoilers then, but I enjoyed it. And it was interesting because it doesn't, and it shouldn't be surprising to anything, but this James Gunn DCU, he has a massive story to tell. And, the season finale of Peacemaker sets up where the DCU is heading. It's a major piece
in a direction.
I knew I should have watched it last night. I was just so tired.
I know. Well, you work very hard, and you were watching the Phoenix Mercury. Did they win last night?
No, I went to Disney on Ice.
Oh, okay. Same difference. Okay, you came back from Disneyland just to go to Disney on Ice?
We were invited.
I know, but at some point, I feel like the mouse is going to file a restraining order
Listen,
against you.
I was exhausted. Like that Wednesday when we went to Goofy's Kitchen, which is like the character place that you go eat, the buffet or whatever.
Yeah, you love that place.
Bro, I was sitting there and I was like, do I need coffee? Like, what's wrong with me? I was so Disneyed out.
Mhm.
And then last night, it all came back.
Yeah. Okay, so was Disney on Ice at the Tucson Arena?
Yeah, it's a
Okay. And that's what's happening all week, or?
Yeah, up until Sunday. So they're here till Sunday.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Disney's taking over, man. As we are posting our thing, we don't have any Disney giveaways on this station yet, but I think it's coming. I feel like it would be.
We've only said Disney about 500 times in the last 2 weeks.
You're welcome, Disney. We all work for the mouse one way or another. Last night, New York Giants defeated the Philadelphia Eagles, which is always a good time in my book. I know there's going to be some Eagles fans out there.
It is a good day to wake up and be a Dodgers fan.
Well, hold on. We'll get to the Dodgers. But let me, the reason why it was so upsetting and surprising, obviously the Eagles are on a tear this season. They were 4-1, and the New York Giants are 1-4, and they have a rookie quarterback that started, the past 3 games. And, but then they also have Cam Scattabo, and Scattabo, I'm telling you, man. And I know he didn't go to U of A, and I know he was an ASU kid. So there's going to be some mixed feelings towards Scattabo. But it's impossible to hate this kid, dude.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
He's a little ball of fire, like the ultimate underdog maniac, and he has this infectious energy that jumps through the screen. He scored 3 touchdowns last night. They could not stop this guy. And again, he was so late in the draft and getting drafted.
Yeah.
Where it looked like he was going to go undrafted. Meanwhile, the year before, he made ASU a contender and played all the positions and did the unthinkable, the impossible. It was that kid alone, that really made that team great. And, the fact that he almost went undrafted, the Cardinals could have and should have drafted him. Because, you need heart on a team. And that's the heart of the New York Giants right now. And with Dart
with a last name like that.
Scattabo. I just love saying it. I feel like I'm cursing on the radio and getting away with it. Scattabo. I'm going to end it with a Scattabo. It's that's something you do on anniversaries and stuff. I'm stoked for that. And now, I wouldn't start buying Super Bowl tickets just yet. Now they're 2 and 4,
chill.
Yeah, but still, it's amazing to see. And again, Arizona roots. So I root for all things Arizona, even though the kid wasn't born in Arizona. In my mind, we're gonna claim him as our own.
Well, you're a Phoenix kid.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm Arizona. I'm a Sonoran Desert son. I'm a son of the Sonoran Desert.
You're just a desert rat.
Yeah, that's right. You're damn right. You know how many times I've fed the desert with my alcohol urine?
Oh.
Yeah. There are cacti out there all over the Arizona deserts that were feeded or that grew because of me. Yeah, I did that. Anyways, all right. We have a lot of stuff that we're giving away today, as we said. Nightmare on Congress. If you're planning on joining the largest Halloween party in the old Pueblo, we'll be giving away a pair of tickets for that. U of A football, of course. Now, I'll be checking in with Justin Spears with these tickets. There's an asterisk because there may or may not be a reschedule depending on this hurricane that's coming through here. And if it's going to be rained out. Yeah, it's supposed to rain this weekend.
Oh, I am so disconnected. I had no idea.
Well, I'm going out to nightfall tonight, and it looks like it'll just be, cloudy. But tomorrow looks like rain. And that's because we have a hurricane coming from the south. And it should be hitting us, which will create beautiful weather, a late monsoon, mid-October rain is always somewhat welcome, but kind of not, actually. Like monsoon, you're late.
You're late.
And the expression better late than never, it doesn't apply here.
No, girl.
Yeah.
You should have been here when it was 112 outside.
Exactly. You should have been cooling us down when we want you to and then feeding our, succulents. But no, you come right when we have all these things planned. You can go F right off with your, wonky weather and your tornadoes and whatnot. But yeah, so there is a possibility of rain delay reschedule if it gets too out of control.
Wow,
We'll see.
I didn't know that.
I know,
I
yeah.
didn't know you could do that.
Well, Justice Spears will pop in with him, or we'll
The
have him pop in
professional.
a little bit later just to see where we're at on that. But again, that's only speculation depending on, if there's a lot of rain and lightning, then they'll have to postpone the game. But hopefully not. We'll give away a pair of tickets for that nonetheless. And also we'll have a $50 gift certificate to Cuban Corner. And in fact, actually, let's start off our Friday with a winner. Now, Cuban Corner was in studio just the other day. They're part of our half-price Friday deal at KFMA.com. For $25, you can get a $50 gift certificate to the Cuban Corner. Oh, yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Best deal ever. And then you could grub out on the Cubano sandwiches or those delicious empanadas. Those empanadas were huge. They're almost like calzones. Delicious.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big empanada.
It's a huge empanada. It's so good. And I have a $50 gift certificate that I want to give away for free right now to caller number 10. So 600 KFMA, 605-362. Set the tone and win our first prize this morning. We have your morning more on coming up after music from the Architects. Kick things off with the Chili Peppers on Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's Beef Vegan Presents. But you know the name of the show. Tucson. Let's go.
My face.
Yeah, Yas hates when I say that, apparently. Hold on. We're back here live on the podcast broadcast about minute 42 before we get on the air, and Herb Stratford's in the building. Good morning, Herb.
Good morning.
All right, with that, so this is what Yas said immediately after I did my little show open.
You recorded it.
I did record it.
Let's go.
Well, I don't sound like that. Does that sound too nerdy? That's part of my catchphrase there, Yas.
Tucson, let's go.
That is not how I sound.
Tucson, let's go.
Nailed it. Yeah. So I didn't know that in her head, she's like making fun of me every time I do that.
Every time.
Yeah.
She's like, let's go. And then I go.
Yeah. And Wasted Cheese, I did not forget about you. What did I forget? Let me know if I did forget anything. You're talking about our streaming night here for our streamers for the Roadrunners games, which, next weekend is the home opener. But yeah, you let me know what I'm forgetting. See, Lindsay likes the let's go.
Does she like my let's go or does she like your let's go?
Very different.
Yeah.
Very different things.
Yeah. I'm gonna assume it's my let's go because I'm like, the name of the show. Let's go. Oh, yeah.
Dude, sometimes you're just like, the name of the show. Let's go.
That's not how I do it. What are you talking
In
about?
my head.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it goes.
There's a lot of things that happen in your head that aren't real. So, we got 15 seconds before we got on the air.
Am I really here?
Yes, you are really here. You've been sleepy, but you're really here. And we've been banging through this Friday show for sure, though. And in a little bit, I'm going to play back that video clip of the call of the girl who says she just posts randomly on Are We Dating the Same Guy? Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast. Film critic Herb Stratford is in the building. Good morning, Herb.
Good morning.
And we got a lot of things to cover here.
We do.
And a lot of trailers to preview as we're reacting. And I know that there have been mixed reviews on the movie or the show Tron.
No, it's a movie.
It's another Tron movie.
It's the third, but it's the first one since 2010, so it's been 15 years.
And you've seen it.
I did. I saw it yesterday.
Okay, so don't believe the hype. There are many reviews going one way or another. We'll give the official review on Tron Aries right after we play music from Bad Omens. But you could join us on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan.
I haven't watched any of them.
I know. I'm seeing a little mouse here. Neither have I. So I'm not going to jump into this. But
no, it's not your jam.
It's not my jam.
It's not your jam.
Look at the little mouse thing, though.
What mouse thing?
Like in the corner, you got a little Mickey Mouse right there.
Yeah, it's a Disney movie.
Yeah. So they got a brand all over the place.
You got to remember, it belongs to the mouse.
Yes.
You belong to the mouse.
I belong to the mouse.
She's been so Disney obsessed. She went to Disneyland this week, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then last night she went to Disney on Ice.
Wow.
Yeah, seriously.
Wow.
I'm going back in a month, so
that's insane to me.
It's expensive too.
It's so expensive.
Listen, I know how to ball on a budget.
Yeah.
I've gone to Disney so much, we know how to budget.
She's pickpocketing people at Disneyland just to be able to buy churros. And then she comes back wielding gifts. She gave me a gift of this this
Why don't you
Rice
show-
Krispie treat bouquet. Beautiful and very thoughtful. But again, I'm like looking at her and like, yeah, look, you're spending so much money. Don't do this. Don't do this to yourself financially.
Well, when Minnie was here a couple weeks ago, they didn't want to give you a Rice Krispie.
I know.
So then I brought you
Oh.
some because you felt left out. You didn't feel like a princess.
I still ate one and
I made
still
you feel like a
fat as fuck.
princess.
You know, I feel crazy. But yeah. It's a waste of cheese. What am I forgetting? I didn't see that in the comments.
He said, never mind.
What? How you can't say that? Stream doesn't start if my phone's locked, I guess. Oh, okay. So that was a technical issue on your end. Yeah, I didn't forget about you. You know, I'm here. We started the podcast a couple minutes early today, and it's always exciting when Herb's in to be able to go through these previews. So let's make sure that the screen's all set up. So when I go like this fancy, oh yeah,
There
that's
you go.
perfect.
Yeah,
That's
because we're not sharing a mic. We're not sharing.
We're not sharing space.
Yeah,
we're not
no.
sharing space.
I know this is ideal. This is ideal all the way through. So it'd be super fancy. How was your week, Herb?
It was all right. I was in LA on Sunday and Monday. So
Yeah, well, why didn't you email me all those pictures? You got them texting me. So I mean, I guess when we play the next clip, I will set up the pictures that Herb was humble brag dropping me.
Where were you again? What were you doing?
He's in LA.
I was in LA.
For what?
Netflix brought me out to see Frankenstein.
Oh,
with Charlie Hunnam.
No. That's Oscar Isaac and
this was the Oscar Isaac.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I interviewed Charlie Hunnam for Monster.
Oh yeah.
So it was a sort of a double hit from Netflix Sunday, Monday, and it was pretty cool.
Jacob Elordi. How do you say his last name?
Elordi,
right? Yeah, he's he's had some like run-ins with people on the red carpet, right? So there is a reputation kind of building that he can be a little difficult, but in person with this crowd, how was he?
He was so I didn't get to do a one-on-one with him because Tucson, we're not a major market, but
Right.
but I was at I was in the front row of the press conference, so I was right there with Del Toro and Jacob Elordi, Mia Goth.
Yeah.
Who
She look gorgeous or what?
She did, but I'll tell you in a minute about her.
Okay.
And Jacob Elordi, and he's big. He's like 6'7".
Yeah,
Dude
he's-
is a giant.
Yeah, he's perfect for Frankenstein.
but he's so handsome. He's
He
a
is very handsome.
man.
Yeah.
Which this is the
So-
picture I found, and it was like Jacob Elordi together, and it says, "These are the correct vibes for Frankenstein and his monster." And this is the
Let's see.
picture.
All right. Oh yeah, Rock
Of
1
them
2 by
being
1
romantic.
KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents.
Yeah.
Here, put it back on the screen for big screen, and then fix your camera there, Herbs, because you're
you're
yeah. There you
Hold on,
go.
Let me clean my.
Yeah,
better? My phone.
such a dirty phone. Back it up here. I mean, you're messing this up here. We're live on the air. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, Jacob Elordi,
he's over a head taller than Oscar Isaac. So I mean,
Listen.
it's amazing. But I did get a little woo woo from him. You know what I mean? Like
what's
when
a
he was.
little
Well, when he was talking, he was sort of like, "Oh, well, and I do this, and I do," it's so, and I mean, he's got this Australian accent, and so
Oh,
you can
that's
see why all the ladies
right.
love him.
Fake
so.
accent.
So you fear that he may be starting to kind of get full of himself in a way?
maybe a little bit.
A little
I don't
bit.
know.
I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't
it.
think so. I think he's always been like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, Euphoria really put him on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he was perfect in Euphoria,
Yeah,
right?
And he dated Zendaya, so I mean that'll put you up there.
He's
That's true.
banging anyone he wants to, and
He
it
is.
has since he's hit puberty. It's been unfair. So we got random Justice Spears pop-ups here on the podcast broadcast. So, all right, Mia Goth. What's your Mia Goth story?
So it's interesting. So they had very few people got to do the one-on-ones with Oscar and Mia Goth and Jacob, and one of them was my friend Greg, who's in Detroit, and he said that she just like was not a good interview.
Okay.
She was sort of a little bit like not even there, right?
Okay.
And he said at one point, so when you're doing these interviews, there's a person off to the side going, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, one,
Right.
because you have 4 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like wrapping up. And he said when they got down to 1 minute, he's like, I'm out. He
Yeah.
didn't even finish the interview with her. He was just like, she was awful, a
Wow.
waste of my time. I got nothing. One word answers. He was just but I mean, she's very striking. When you're sitting there looking at her, you're like, because you saw the picture I sent you. It's
Yeah.
like, of the whole cast up on stage. And she's a pretty woman, but and she she talks very softly, and you know,
Right.
so it's sort of what you'd expect.
To be a Hollywood star, you know, you have to have those several factors. But
Yeah.
you think it was because of attitude, or maybe she was on something.
She could have been. I don't know. I don't want to accuse her of that, but I mean,
Right.
I think, and also maybe she's just not comfortable. You know what I mean? Like maybe
Yeah.
she's, and honestly too,
You're telling me that the girl that yelled, "I'm a star," doesn't want to be a star.
well,
That was
that's
her.
the character. But you know, I also feel like, you know, she came up through a couple of those movies,
Yeah.
Maxine and everything, X, and now all of a sudden she's in a Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein movie. I mean, that's a
Oh,
big jump,
yeah.
man. You know, I don't know if she paid her dues yet, but
In her defense, I don't know if I'd be comfortable in a room full of neckbeards either. You know what I mean? So let's talk about Tron Ares. Okay, this is the third of Tron, and I've been seeing mixed reviews on this. Right? So
it was sitting at 55% on Rotten Tomatoes, but I have to tell you, the first one was 82, and I was a kid when I saw it.
Okay.
Second one was 2010. And this one has been gestating for a long time. And there's been constant churn because the fanboys are like, oh, Jared Leto, you know, and all that crap. So there's been some hate towards the film because people just hate Jared Leto. But I got to tell you, I had the biggest, dumbest grin on my face for half of this movie because I just was having a great time. And I mean, you know, even Jeff Bridges shows up and there's just some great throwbacks to the original movie. And it's so cool to see some of the things, and it won't mean anything to you guys because you don't know the movie, but there's certain things in the movie that were in the digital world, like the light cycles and and other stuff that comes into our world. And it's like, yeah, finally we get to see it with big screen 2025 special effects. You know what I mean? Like Disney rewrote the book when they made this first movie. This was a response to Star Wars, and they were like, oh my God, we got to make a movie. And the first one, The Black Hole, didn't do very well. So this was their second attempt to cash in on science fiction, of course, before they bought Star Wars from Lucasfilm.
Right.
So anyway, this is it's a lot of fun for people who like Tron. If you don't, you're just not going to understand what the hell's going on. There is sort of a preface at the beginning that sort of sets the table about who the characters are. And, you know, you've got Greta Lee, Evan Peters. You've actually got Gillian Anderson, too. And there's these two rival tech companies who are sort of trying to control the future. And so then Tron Ares is the character that Jared Leto plays. And he's sort of the big heavy that comes from the artificial world into the real world. And so I don't want to go into too much more detail to ruin anything, but I had a great time. It's definitely a big screen movie because it's such a visual thing. It's remarkable. I want to go see it again.
I mean, watching the trailer here, the special effects and the colors, you know, they do pop out for sure. It seems like a great psilocybin film, but I don't think Herb Stratford would put that down as a quote.
I would not.
Yes.
There are people who've said that they have been imbibing before they go see it, and you're right. This would definitely work for that. It's a super cool. It's just like a Hollywood movie. You know, it's a big spectacle, and it's this older IP that people know. And yes, to be fair, they do sort of set it up for a potential future, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, well, you know, keep in mind, you know that you're going to love the soundtrack because it's for 9 Inch Nails. And honestly, Trent Reznor's on fire right now. So a lot of these songs are becoming hits and some of the best music he's made in a while. So that's all over the movie as well. And I can't hate on Jared Leto, right? I mean, I can hate on his Joker performance in Suicide Squad, but the couple times that I've interviewed him, couldn't have been nicer.
That's good.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, you know, because you and I, we can relate to this. We're in Tucson, right? So there are a lot of guys that have that like small market attitude towards us, even though we're a big deal in this small circle.
That's true.
Yeah. So,
But did you ever start a cult?
Did not.
I'm working on it. All right, so that's
Leto.
Tron. According to Herb Stratford, if you like the big screen and you want something this weekend that you go to the movies for that will jump off the screen and have fantastic music, special effects, and you follow along the Tron storyline, you're going to love this film. All right, we're going to have more with Herb Stratford right after these words, including our next review for the movie Roofman, starring Jeffrey Manchester.
No, that's the character Jeffrey Manchester. The star is Channing Tatum.
Oh, yeah, no, this is the one the guy who lives in Toys R Us. All right, we're going to get Herb Stratford's review on that movie right after these words. You can join us on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. Clear. All right.
And to your point, 9 Inch Nails Trent is credited, Trent and Atticus are credited as exec producers, which is very interesting because I've never really seen a composer get credited as and it's so well earned because honestly, the score to that movie is so integral to the experience. And it's not just like one or two things, at the beginning, the end, whatever. It's all through the movie. You're just like, damn, this is brilliant. And it so fits. And they're so perfect for the Tron universe. So yeah, they're an equal character, the music in this film.
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah. That's that actually gets me excited about it. All right. As we reset the table, let me play this clip. Okay. Some of you heard this phone call earlier, but it triggered a few of you. There was a girl who called in who confessed anonymously that she likes to go to those dating website pages. Are we dating the same guy? Just to make up shit and stir up drama. Yeah. Here's how that conversation went. Check this out. We got a caller here, Yas. So Rock 102.1, what can I do you for?
Hi, Beef. Well, I do have a confession to make. So you know that Facebook group, Are We Dating the Same Guy?
Oh.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah. No, I'm familiar with that. They're all over the place. And I
thought you might be. But what I like to do is just like post about random guys or like comment on random posts about guys and just create a little added drama.
Oh,
wait. Okay, you're saying? Yeah. Wait a second. You're saying that you would actually post about a guy that you don't even know, or you'd even like comment on a post and add to it. So, like, are you making stuff up about these guys?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
You're a terrorist. What is?
I happened to see the post about you on there.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Okay, you need to stop laughing so hard, Yas. That is not cool.
I need to go take a lap.
I got posted like legitimately because a girl matched with me and basically did was trying to do a background check. What did you say on my? First off, have we ever met?
No.
Okay. Now, what did you say on my post?
I was the comment. I don't know if you even saw these, but I was like, yeah, he farted through our whole date, and it was like loud in the restaurant and just.
I told you I didn't do that, Yas. I told you I'd never do that, Yas.
All right, I see your face right now, Beef. I can't. You are so big.
That is not cool, man. Because I'm a better date than that. My farts are silent.
You should be farting on dates.
No, I don't fart on dates, dude. I don't fart on dates. Why would you say that?
This is wild.
You're funny.
Yeah. I mean, and nobody's caught on to you yet. I mean, how many comments and posts do you think you made on these pages?
I don't know. Probably like between 25 and 50.
Whoa.
This is like a part-time
the
job.
thing is, like, the admin can probably know who you are. You can post comments anonymously,
right? But
it's like at some point, I wonder if they're going to suspect any type of activity.
Well, I mean, if it's creating engagement,
account.
If you were an admin, would you allow something like this because it's increasing engagement?
I don't know.
Or would you just assume that this girl gets around? So at least the admin thinks you are the loosest girl in Tucson. I'm just going to say that right now. You still there?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I did have a date with somebody. It started out real, and then it just was like, you know what? These guys are probably dating around, and I'm just gonna mess with them a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. So I mean, I'm torn about this because I mean I understand the chaos factor, the entertainment factor of that, and these rumors getting out of control. But I do feel like that these kind of pages have kind of skewed from what they originally started for, right?
Yeah.
They originally started to be like, hey, is your spouse cheating on you? Or are they abusive?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just like, hey, do they fart during dates? That's not cool. Nobody cares about that.
All right, just end it now, Beef. Do you fart during dates?
I do not.
All right.
For the record, I do not fart during dates.
Do
and
you
if
fart
I did,
in the studio?
sometimes I fart in the studio. I mean, it's not a date though.
I know, but there's still people here.
Okay, well, what can I do to convince you to stop doing this? At least stop commenting on my posts. Hey, actually,
No.
I mean, if she's gonna lie,
No.
can you lie positively on my stuff then?
No.
If you see me getting posted there, can you be like, this guy is the best lover I've ever had? Can you at least say that anonymously?
You know what? Next time I see you posted beef, I'll write a compliment to you.
Okay, well, hopefully there won't be a next time. Please stop posting me in that page.
And also stop commenting on people you don't know.
Yes, I think that's an excellent PSA of the day. I appreciate you sharing this confession with us. And I mean, it takes a lot to get that off your chest, a lot of bravery, even though you are a social media terrorist. And I
That
see
is
you.
crazy.
All right, so that was earlier today. Yes, and you know what, Adam, you're probably right on that. He said she sounds cute, but after 30 years of radio, that taught me it's usually not the case. All right, well, yeah, but there we go. See, so if you see me in that group, then it's probably 100% all fake, huh?
I'm gonna start a post about you.
Well, whatever, you can do that. I don't care because I'm good. I'm a good guy, you know. I'm a good guy.
Let's go.
I knew that was coming.
No, dude, I'm still pissed that you didn't tell me you were recording the whole morning.
Yeah, that's what I do every single day. Welcome to the show.
Sabotage
Welcome to the
me.
show. Yeah, something brand
I'm
new.
slouching. I'm not even looking the right way. The camera,
ready?
like microphones in my face. Like you wanted to make yourself look good today.
No, and I did a great job.
Yeah.
What the fuck did I do, right?
Yeah, especially all the farting stuff. Yeah, that made
Yeah.
him look like a real winner. Yeah.
What did I do to set me apart? Like, today I'm gonna film. Like, no, yeah. But no, I do appreciate the compliment. I'm going to take that as a compliment. Before we get into Roofman, which I'm going to record as well, I am excited about this one and this true story, and it makes me miss Toys R Us. And of course, in a simpler time, I'm assuming this is going to be in the 90s, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. You could get away with that stuff in the 90s. Now you can't get away with any of it because the security everywhere. And I heard, and again, we won't get too much into it just yet because, but he kind of sets up baby ring cams, baby monitor cams as his like security system to kind of get away with this. And it reminds me of that movie. What was it? It wasn't Risky Business. It was Good Opportunities, or no, remember the movie that starred Jennifer Connelly, and they were trapped overnight in a Target?
No.
Oh, God. I bring this movie up from time to time. If you guys remember the name of this movie, help me out for sure. Let's see. Oh, it's that Target movie. I'll just Google it. I want to say, I'll put Jennifer Connelly Target movie.
Is it the one where she's pregnant and she has a baby in the sun?
Hell no. She looks so hot in this movie too. And then career opportunities. Okay, so career opportunities.
She is so skinny in real life.
Is she?
Oh my God.
Well, that's what happens.
My wife and I saw her and her husband, who's
like?
the actor. I can't remember his name that she's married to. Vision from the Avengers.
Oh,
Paul Bettany.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we saw them walking through the Metropolitan Museum of Art one time in New York, and it was just like her arms are just like, just because when you're skinny on screen, you're super skinny. In real life.
Yeah.
Here, let me show you just a little bit of this and see if this jogs your memory.
Invented the artificial dog heart. How you doing?
John Hughes, the creator of the Breakout.
Oh, John Hughes made this movie too. Here, scrub ahead. So basically,
Don't play any music. I don't have any time to play any music. Don't touch me.
Welcome to the Target team.
Oh man, John Candy.
this movie was a classic, dude. And the fact that you didn't watch it,
One wild night.
he's basically a night security guy in Target, right? Overnights. And then, so he likes to have fun, and this is like the ultimate dream. And then Jennifer Connelly was in there for whatever reason. She just kind of chilled, and that's the chick that he had a crush on. And then these burglars come in, and they were gonna rob the place. And then, that's the whole thing. And then meanwhile, she's the hottest teenager, or I'll say 19-year-old you ever seen in your life. And then they fall in love and end up banging at the end of the movie. It's a great movie.
I'm going to look for it now because honestly, too, there's a thing called a new documentary about John Candy called John Candy, I Like Me, which is really great.
On what?
It's probably going to be in theaters. It's on sort of a little tour right now. Ryan Reynolds is the producer, and he's actually taking around the country and doing screenings of it.
You know, that makes sense because I just recently saw a piece talking about how John Candy was in the running to be in Goodfellas. There was a couple like Scorsese films that they were talking about having him be a part of, and he read the script and he was considering it. And honestly, you know, he's a big burly man. He could have pulled off a mafioso big time, even though he was a jolly, jovial sort of comedic performer.
Yeah.
But he was going to show his range. I mean, what a loss, dude. I loved John Candy growing up.
Yeah, it's a really good doc, seeing all the people talk about him. And I mean, you know, and as a Canadian, Ryan Reynolds, of course, you know, that's like his buddy. So they're both Canadians. So
yeah, they all have to like, you know,
stick together.
Worship him.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, well, let's talk about a movie that's being released this weekend, which I'm actually really excited about. It's based on a true story, and it stars Channing Tatum. Tell me about Roofman.
So this is a true story. In the 90s, there was a guy named Jeffrey Manchester. He was an Army vet, right? He came out of the service, was sort of struggling, having a little trouble finding out how to fit in, had a daughter and 2 young sons. And he figured out all of a sudden, he was worried about money, figured out that, hey, you know, every McDonald's in the country has the same setup. So if I break into these McDonald's through the roof, I can steal money.
Yeah.
So he broke into 45 McDonald's.
Damn.
Okay. Never got caught. Okay. Finally, on the 45th one, he gets caught. And, you know, he's like the nice guy, right? Like, you know, like when he's locking the staff in the cooler, he gives the guy his coat. I mean, you know, he's not like a mean, like, I'm going to beat you up kind of robber guy. So anyway, he goes to jail. He figures a way out because he's smart. He escapes from jail, and his buddy is like, hey, you know what? You need to lay low. I will get you paperwork, a passport, whatever. I'll get you out of the country, but I need like 6 months. So he's like, okay, fine. He says, lay low. So this is, again, a true story. He breaks into a Toys R Us and he sets up a little life inside Toys R Us, and he's eating the peanut M&Ms, and he's like stealing video games and selling them for money. And, you know, but he sees on the camera, he sees one of the employees played by Kirsten Dunst, who he of course falls for.
Oh yes. And always going to fall for a Toys R Us employee. I'm telling you.
Well, and then Peter Dinklage plays the manager of Toys R Us, and he's really great in this. And then also Ben Mendelsohn is this sort of preacher guy. There's just a great cast in this film. So of course that's going to get him in trouble, right? So you know that this is going to end poorly because he really falls for Kirsten Dunst. She has 2 young girls, and you know he starts to have a family again, of course, but he's wanted. Everybody's looking for this guy. And in a way, it's like, you know, could he really be going out in public, you know, and not be caught because they're all looking for him? But it's amazing that it's a true story. It's very fun. And like you said earlier, Beef, it's so cool to see Toys R Us. It just brought back all these memories of shopping at Toys R Us. And now we don't do that because we order on Amazon. It's at your door the next day.
Yeah.
And you don't have that experience of walking through the aisles and going, oh my God, what's that? You know, especially when you have kids. Toys R Us was a great place to go. And so it's a fun story. It is a little bit weird because Lakeith Stanfield is his buddy there too. This film, it sort of has a weird tone. Like on one hand, it's funny, right?
Yeah.
You know, like you just saw Peter Dinklage there getting blasted by the dye pack. You know, but also it's sort of a sad story. This guy's in jail for like literally the most of his life. You know what I mean? So in a way, you're like, okay, is this funny, or am I feeling sorry for him? Or
because you know it's inevitably going to end bad. This is based on a true story, but he did, you know, do armed robbery, 45 McDonald's. You don't mess around with the clown, you will go down.
Yeah,
and you know, and then every other charge they probably tacked on. Super sad ending, and you know that, but the adventure is you know what you're kind of going.
It's a fun ride. And this is Derek Cianfrance, the director who did Blue Valentine and some other really great sort of romance stories. This is a little lighter for him, but it's 82% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think it's going to win any awards, but it's a fun movie to go see.
Okay, yeah. Well, there you go. So if you want something like fun, light, good date movie, Roofman with Channing Tatum, it looks like that's going to be the pick for this weekend. Thank you, Herb Stratford. We have more with Herb coming up next year. We'll keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast, including what's coming to our streaming services that we want to stay home and binge, or might want to stay home and binge. But music on the way from Sublime and Disturbed as well. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. So again, that's why that movie reminds me of Career Opportunities. Same. In a way, because you have this whole big mega store all to yourself. I've actually got to live that in a supermarket sweeps kind of way, right? And that was criminal as well. Maybe I'll make that a movie, but I've told this story on the stream several times, too many times to be honest with you, because I don't know what the statute of limitations is up.
Well, there was a whole thing. I remember for a while it was like a little challenge where people would try and build hideouts inside mega stores, right?
Yeah.
Like behind all the diapers or behind all the paper towels or whatever. And I mean, you could probably get away with it at one point. Now there's just cameras everywhere.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Now being behind the stuff and
Yeah.
everything, that's where my head goes if anything wrong happens inside a grocery store.
Is what?
Like where to hide.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, and there's always good places to hide or just walk out the side door and stuff. But yeah, I've been in, there was a grocery store being built in my neighborhood. And from the very first brick, my friends and I would hang out there, right? First brick they're laying down. So it took them almost 14 months to build this grocery store. We delayed the construction on that so much because they would build it up and they'd say like, just build the wall, right? Then it looked like the outside of a castle. We'd be in there, smoking and dicking around. And then, one day they had a bunch of heavy machinery in there and there was one of the machines were broken down and I look and there's a key in it. So I grabbed the key and I'm like, oh, this key works for all the other machines, including the steamrollers and the lifts. And I'm like, oh, they just laid fresh concrete.
What is wrong with you?
We were teenagers. I was like 15 years old.
You were one of those teenagers.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
And so every step of the way, we're like clam baking everything. So they put it in the freezers. We clam bake the freezers and party in there. Then they build the roof. We'd be partying on the roof, everything. And then they started building it out and finally getting closer and closer to, it being, opened as a grocery store. So they had the lights on, they had the freezers in there. And then the day before the grand opening, I was like, I called up my weed dealer and I said, hey, if we go grocery shopping for you, if you come up with a list, will you give us a bunch of weed? And he's like, yeah, all right. And so he put together a grocery list and it came over to us and we grabbed the list and we separated it amongst us. And we knew every single inch of that place. So we knew how to get in. And so there's about like 8 of us, right? About like 3 girls, 5 guys. And we jump the wall. We go over and my buddy Jake, he was able to open the door. We walk in. All the lights are on. All the shelves are filled. Nobody's in the store.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I'm like, hello. And then I go.
You said, let's go.
Yeah. Then I said, go. And we just ran and ransacked. We're running through. We had our bags. I'm literally running down the aisles with my hands out and just whatever falls in the bag.
Oh,
boom, boom,
my God.
going everywhere, right? We're getting a bunch of shit. I got a bunch of condoms I would never use, right? I put a box of condoms in my back pocket. And it's important to the story, right? So we get all the Visine, all the Gobstoppers. We get everything on the list, bunch of Tide detergent, all this shit, right? So we basically LA riot loot this store and we do it in kind of quick. It was probably maybe like 2 minutes, seemed like forever. Girls are hitting up all the ice cream and then we're getting everything on the list. Then we run out. We're like, okay, let's go. We run out and when we run out, we look like straight up like looters. So someone drove by, saw this, called the cops unbeknownst to us. But we throw everything over the wall. We jump the wall. We meet up with my weed dealer and he's like, oh, you got all this shit? We're like, yeah. And he's like, you want to go back and get more? And we're like, yeah, we're like, absolutely. So we jump the wall again. And as soon as we jump the wall, a police car turns the corner, lights on and everything, right? And we gets out, guns drawn. Meanwhile, all the other kids jump the wall and me, a girl and the other fat kid get stuck because I ran to go jump the wall and I Kool-Aid manned it. I was like, plah, right? I got like a 2-inch vertical, right? So I belly flop against this wall. And so I can't go anywhere. Everyone else ran for the hills. And so more cops come, helicopter comes, and I'm thinking to myself, oh shit, I have a box of condoms in my back pocket that if they find this, then it's going to tie me to everything that's missing in that store, right? And so they're like, all right, stand up, turn around, and put your hands against the wall, okay? And this is the smoothest thing I ever did. And I apologize to anyone who heard this story on the stream, but it's a brag. So this is how I think in the moment. It's so quick-witted gangster I am. All right, so I got my hands right here, right? So the condoms are right here in my back pocket, right? And so while I'm standing right here with my hands to my side, with my 2 fingers, I grabbed the corner of the condoms, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I turned around and put my hands up in one motion, I go whoosh and threw the condoms.
Nice.
Yes. And luckily
over the wall. Over the wall.
No, it was in the lawn, right?
Oh.
But it didn't make any noise because it was overgrown grass.
Yeah.
And, luckily for me, when cops are looking in an area and they see an empty box or they see a box of condoms, they just assume it's trash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I saw the light on in my peripheral. I mean, with all the lights on in my peripheral, I'm looking at my felony. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I'm only 15,
yeah.
They don't put 2 and 2 together. And since we didn't have anything on us, our parents were able to pick us up and we went home. And then I called up my friends. And we met up, had a 1/4 pound of weed and all the ice cream and candy and Visine.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
and that's when the party really began. So yeah, and that's because of the movie Career Opportunities. So don't blame me. Blame John Hughes. John Hughes did that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
But that was like, you got away with it. So, know, that was you're lucky.
And I'm dumb enough to repeat that story many times over. And eventually, I didn't tell you the name of the grocery store, and I don't want to. But,
and where was this? What year was this? And where did you live?
Pennsylvania in the year 1774.
Wow, before independence, got it.
yeah, exactly. It was
Ye
before
old grocery store.
Ye old.
It was before the laws.
Ye old market.
The laws of looting took place in this fine country that we live in. So
allegedly,
yeah, it was all alleged.
Sprinkle some.
Yeah, but I mean, I would love to personally, if I thought of writing a series or a movie like that summer, and that as kind of like the centerpiece of, because that was the focal point of where we would meet during all the little highs and lows of adolescence, right? And we got into some shit, but that essentially was the meetup spot and kind of like the center character. So if you wanted like a co-write a script,
okay, all right,
me, you, and ChatGPT,
all right,
I feel like we make $1 million, man.
We could do it.
Yeah. All right. So there's 2 things had come into streaming services. We'll tackle them both in this next segment that we do on the air. And that's, The Last Frontier and A Woman in Cabin 10. Did you watch the finale of Peacemaker?
No, but I am up to the finale. So I watched, 7 and 8 or whatever. So now I just have to go home and watch 9. I see it's a little divisive. I saw some chatter. I'm trying not to see anything.
I don't want to see anything. And I fell asleep last night trying to watch it. I didn't even get through the beginning of it. I didn't even get through the recap.
I'll say this. I mean,
fell asleep.
I could understand why there's a little, why it's divisive.
Shut up.
I could, why people would be upset by the ending, right?
Stop it.
Well, because it's not an ending,
It's a cliffhanger, right?
It is a cliffhanger in a way. In a way, it's setting up a bigger picture and a narrative. I mean, it's so important for the DCU.
Yeah.
And James Gunn, and I had to watch the post credits to hear like James Gunn basically reconfirm what I was thinking. Was like, no, this what happened here is imperative of what is happening next and everything that we're going to be doing with this. So to know what the kind of vision and the idea is of the main plot line of everything that's going to be moving forward in this. And I'm so happy James Gunn is doing DCU and has complete control right now. Since he's like batting 1,000, they're not fucking with him. And they're just like, okay, where are we going? And this next 10 years, all out of the mind of this guy. And the way that he's delegating and the way he's able to crank out this work
he's a time traveler.
He's got to be.
He's got to be. There's got to be something going on there.
For the amount of time that it would take even to bang out these scripts. He's banging out scripts. He's he's directing. I mean, with Peacemaker, in fairness, he directed maybe 2 episodes.
Yeah.
The first episode and the last episode, right? And then he has other directors come in, but he has such a well-oiled machine. And they talk about it in the official Peacemaker podcast, how they don't waste time in their shooting, right? They're like one of the productions where everyone like laughs. It's like, oh yeah, 8 hours shooting schedule. Ha, ha, ha. And they're like, no, we're done in 8 hours.
Yeah.
We get this shit done.
Yeah.
And so that's got to help. So yeah.
But I will say, without having seen the finale, I love everything about this season, and I love the reveals that happened in the last 2 episodes about the nature of the alternate universe, and for those who haven't watched.
Tell me that last week's episode was not one of the best episodes. I was so engaged.
Yeah,
I could not pause it. I could not get my eyes off the screen. When I was done with that episode, I was like, that was amazing.
Yeah, it was great TV.
And that episode was better than the last one, I'll be honest with you.
Dude, it was great.
Because just the way that they had to end it in the last 20 minutes of the episode.
Was it an hour long?
Well, the last episode is an hour and 5 minutes. Well, okay. That's with post credit and everything else. But the episode 7, and you're like, you're on the edge of your seat.
Oh my gosh.
It was only 35 minutes.
Yeah.
And it felt like a movie. Yeah. And it felt like a movie. It was so good.
But that makes sense. It's going to keep your attention with something that's kind of shorter and just all killer, no filler. There's filler in this one. And montage and music. Foxy Shazam plays a focal point. And, so they basically gave Foxy Shazam the best promo video they could ever ask for.
Nice.
They were all over it and performing. And, I think Nelson's stock is going to be brought up. The 80s hair metal twins, Nelson.
All right.
Yeah. They're featured prominently. The last episode's called Full Nelson. So,
okay.
Yeah. All right. With that said, let's get on the air here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We have film critic Herb Stratford in studio with us, and we talked about movies that are being released to the movie theaters this weekend. But what if you want to stay home and binge? What are your brand new options? Let's start off with something that just dropped on Apple Plus, and it stars. Why is this face so familiar?
Jason Clarke. He was in one of the Planet of the Apes movies. He's actually in an amazing movie that's coming out this fall called Train Dreams that actually might get him an Oscar nomination, period piece. But anyway, yeah, Jason Clarke has been in a lot of things. You guys remember the movie Con Air?
Yes.
Okay. So think this is sort of in that theme without as much sort of scenery chewing and over the top from Malkovich and Nick Cage and whoever else was in that movie. This is the story of a prisoner transport plane that goes down over Alaska, and Jason Clarke plays a federal agent that's in Alaska. He's sort of got a sleepy job, right? Yeah. He's in Alaska, not a lot of crimes happening.
And this is called The Last Frontier.
It's called The Last Frontier, and I think it's 10 episodes. And it's, so basically the plane crashes, and of course there's going to be a few guys that get away, right? And he's got to track them down, and there's old scores to settle, and just really, really solid stuff. I'm only probably 3 or 4 episodes into this, but I'm really liking it. It's very well done. It's not a big Hollywood, it's a typical Apple TV thing. It's just really well done.
Yeah.
It's smart. It's got great people in it, and you're going to be entertained. So this is good. This doesn't have a score on Rotten Tomatoes yet, probably because not enough people have seen it. But it's very good. And, things set in Alaska are always, sort of funky because Alaska is just a wacky place.
Right. I see that Johnny Knoxville's in it, so he's got an acting role in it. So they got a pretty diverse cast. And Apple TV and Apple Plus always seems to like to film in the snow, bro. I mean, how many of them
do?
Yeah, they're always.
That's true.
They're the winter streaming service. They're like, hey, you want to see snow? Oh, stream Apple.
When it's still 100 out, it's fine to see snow on TV. Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's a pretty interesting story. 10 episodes long, and just a good television series. So that seems like a pretty good binge. Are these hour-long episodes?
Yes. And so it's not, it's not over too quick. I mean, like we were just talking before about Peacemaker, and some of the episodes of shows that are half an hour, you're like, wait, I want more.
Right.
So no, this is good. And and it's a very cat and mouse thing where, the guy, you can't really tell from the trailer, but the one of the guys that escapes, ends up grabbing Jason Clarke's wife. And so there's just even a bigger sort of thing at play here. Haley Bennett is in it as well. So yeah, it's a solid piece, something good to hang out and watch at home. It's going to be raining all weekend, so you might as well watch it.
Absolutely. No, I love a series like this that drop where I'm like, I could watch binge this whole thing an entire weekend. Like, what are your weekend plans? Yeah, I'm just going to watch The Last Frontier, Apple Plus. All right. Well, if you don't have Apple Plus, everyone has Netflix. And there is a new series dropping, The Woman in Cabin 10. Is this a documentary?
So no, and it's a movie actually. It's not a series. It's based on a book. It sort of feels a little Lifetime like. It's sort of woman in peril kind of story. You know, classic. No one believes the woman. Okay, so the story is Keira Knightley is a journalist. She gets invited onto this boat by these billionaires to write sort of a puff piece for them because they're going to be giving all their money away. Well, she sees something she's not supposed to see. Okay, the woman in cabin 10, she's in cabin 8. She sees something she's not supposed to see, and nobody believes her. And you don't know how many of these people are part of it, or if they're just thinking she's the crazy, woman that is being hysterical, right?
Yeah.
And this is like a cruise, this ridiculous yacht. It's just a crazy yacht, and it's on a cruise up in Norway. So again, cold, another theme here. And I love Keira Knightley. I always get a kick out of her. And there's another guy in this that was in Pirates of the Caribbean too. So it's funny that the two of them are in this. But it's 22% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's just so. It's not. I mean, it's fine.
No,
it's just not.
No, it's not. Netflix has been missing hardcore when it comes to their movie projects. I mean, when the best thing that you've made as a production company was Happy Gilmore 2 this year, you know what I mean? And you know that you're not making good movies. So I think it's catching up to them. They're greenlight everything. Approach to being a studio is now starting to catch up, and we don't want to have an unlimited choice of crap we don't want to see. It's already difficult to kind of navigate through Netflix, and this is just going to add to the list of things you should probably avoid, even with Keira Knightley. So congratulations on her for getting a payday. But now, I know that you're just a guest at Netflix, and Frankenstein looks like that's going to be pretty good. Let's hope so. For the sake of them not living up to the stat that people are going to start calling them out on it. I'm telling you.
Well, the thing is that they'll have this. They have a couple different tiers of stuff. I feel like they have stuff where they work with major big people, right? Like Guillermo del Toro, and they do Frankenstein. And then they do stuff like this Keira Knightley vehicle, which is just like, it was a bestseller book, but it's just, it's like, it's beach reading, right? It's
right.
So, I mean, but yeah, no, the del Toro Frankenstein, we can't really talk about it until it gets closer to release. But it is 2.5 hours long, and it's brilliant. It's a new take on Frankenstein we've never seen before. So yeah, that's going to be, we'll talk about that later. And then if you want to see my Charlie Hunnam interview, it's up on YouTube.
Excellent. Yes. Herb Stratford, everybody. Arts and Culture Guy on YouTube. So we can check out that whole interview. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for the show. But I do want to leave you with the beef tip before we head out the door. Do you need a break in your phone addiction? A lot of us are addicted to our phone. We keep it right there in our hand. We sleep next to it. We covet it, right? If you're trying to take a break, here are some tips. First, you want to treat it like a landline. This has become a trend on TikTok. We talked about this before. You basically pick a spot in your house and you leave your phone there when you get home, and then you turn the ringer on. And that way, if it rings, you go answer it. If you don't, you leave it alone. They say try batching. So rather than checking text, social media, and email all day long, set a few specific times when you check them all at once, like 15 minutes in the morning, another 20 minutes around lunch, maybe 45 minutes in the evening. That will give you a big dopamine rush too. It's better to check your phone and have like 20 notifications than just one. All right. You can
help 911 SOS. Where are you?
Use your computer to scroll. If you have a job that requires some sort of social media monitoring or engagement like we do, you can do an old-fashioned computer browser instead of your phone. They say delete the super addictive apps. Social media and game apps are designed to hook you. They are heroin of technology. Delete those apps ASAP. And finally, if you need a break in your phone addiction, go phone free on Saturday or Sunday. It's a fun challenge that you can do this weekend. Pick one day to go completely phone free. It doesn't mean you can't bring your phone with you, or if you leave the house, just don't use it unless there's an emergency. And if you do these things, you could possibly break your phone addiction. Thank you guys so much for listening to the show. Enjoy your weekend. We're taking Monday off. Be back Tuesday. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish
dropping wisdom, son.
Beef, soon will come and end to all your
You're saying that you can't go a weekend without looking at porn on your phone?
Mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.